My Hebrew brothers and sisters, the 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. Welcome back. This is your Marie, Dr. Yeshua, and we just want to take this moment to say again to you, thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for all that you do to support this ministry. And just my brothers and sisters, without your prayers, we cannot make it. So we just want to thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity that Yahuwah has given me so that I can come to you and share in these scriptures. And I trust that these scriptures are being a blessing to you, my brothers and sisters, and to your friends and your families. So encourage your friends and your family, to participate. And again, I cannot overemphasize the importance of everyone, every viewer, if you have not subscribed, that you will subscribe to this channel. And my brothers and sisters, every time I get a chance, I meet someone, I share the channel with them. I share it, and so we are encouraging you to do the same. You share it with others. And, and my brothers and sisters, let me also remind you that it won't be long from now, Passover and Feast of Unleavened, which will cause, all of this is coming up soon. And so we'll be, sharing with you and reminding you as we get closer, and but we want to be a part of that. We want to be a part of that, and I hope you can remember, the struggle that our ancestors went through in Egypt, and how YAHUAH, brought them out of Egypt, with a mighty hand, my brothers and sisters. And as you read in the stories of, how YAHUAH freed us, and continue to free us, continue to have his hands upon us as we serve him, my brothers and sisters. Praise his holy name. Praise his name. All right, so then in verse 23 that we ended up, we talk about the steps of a good man, that, they're ordered by Adonai, ordered by YAHUAH, okay? And as such, YAHUAH delights in us when we do his will. Praise his holy name. Praise his holy name. And so in verse 24, now, we're in Psalm 37, verse 24, and it's still still mem. You can mem that, but the Hebrew letter. Remember, we talk about the acrostic poem. That Psalm 37 is one of those, acrostic poems, and we talk about the fact that, sometimes the Hebrew letter, will link one or two verses or three verses or sometimes more, depends on the length of the psalm, okay? And so here in verse 24 it says, though he fall, he shall not utterly be cast down, for Adonai uphold him with his hand. Praise his holy name. Now, one of the things that baffles us, one of the things that baffles us is that of, okay, I am walking with YAHUAH. I am serving him. I am doing everything in my power, in my strength that YAHUAH gives me. Yet, there are times, my brothers and my sisters, there are times when it doesn't matter how hard you I mean, it's like you put in hours, hours of time making preparation, okay? And we're making preparation for the work, for, that we involve in the thing that we do. And my brothers and sisters, when we come to the point of doing it, technology just disappoints us. And it's like everything was working well. Okay, and then when you come to that point, my brothers and my sisters, and you're ready to launch out, it never happened. Um, I want to give you an illustration of something that happened some years back. Okay, we talk about there that though he fall. Okay, we're looking at that. All right, good. When I was in a Christian church, right? There's a church in Jacksonville, a big church. Okay, I'm not even going to call the name, but it's an African American church. So I went on staff there, and I was serving as director for education. Okay, so in these churches we have Sunday schools, right? And we have what they call church training and all that. So I was over all of that. Anyway, when we got to this church, when I went and stopped there, I found out that you'll have the, everybody mixed together in the Sunday school, different groups. So it was basically who the student like, and they go to the teacher that they like. And sometimes you find a teacher, right, in his or her Sunday school class, they would have people like senior age, right? Then you'll have middle age, and then you'll have younger people, right? Sometimes and you have older teenagers, and linked together, everybody in that same class. So as I went in and I said, okay, I talked with the superintendent, and we said we're going to work together and formulate this thing, organize it in a way so you'll have people by age group. No, it was a big membership of the church, right? So for about 6 months, I had meetings with the pastor and members, the teachers, teaching, and we announced it for 6 months. We've been announcing it. We're going to start out the Sunday school system in a way that everybody age group. So we said we're going to by the grade, depends on the grade and age and everything like that. And so the day after 6 months, the day when we're going to implement this thing, it never moved. Everything remained the same. Because while I was doing that, the superintendent is come from the old school, right? And we're meeting together. Everything was just seemed like everything flowing nicely in the planning process. Do you know what he did? While I am encouraging, they don't tell me up front, say, man, we're not going to do it. They didn't tell me that. you know, they're just going along with it, with what I'm saying. And then when the day, nobody changed. And you talk about somebody falling, I feel like I'm far from where I was down. My brother, my sister, it was one big, if you understand the term, disappointment. Because he was telling the people not to do it, not to move. He was telling them, and he had a way of communicating with the people and telling them, no, we're not going to do it. We're going to keep going the old way that we have. Everybody want to be a part of somebody's class, and they like the. I said, it didn't happen, my brothers and my sisters. All right. So we later on, after I left that church, I started working, for the convention, and I was responsible in training church planters. One of the tests that we give was entitled resilience. Resilience. A resilient person, when you fall, when things didn't work out, you don't let that thing take you down. You get up and move again. It's like you're running a race. And a good athlete, if they stumble and they fell, unless they hurt that they can get up, is that different? But they get up and and keep on going. You may not make it to the first or second or third. You may probably make it to the fourth or the fifth or the sixth, but you cross the line. You cross the finish line. You finish the course. Okay, so it said, though he fall. So what it's saying here, that in life, in ministry, in anything that we do, there are times when it's not going to work out the way you plan. And so we're not going to let this thing keep us back. Though he fall, this is what he said here, he shall not be utterly cast down. He shall not be utterly cast down. Yes, my brother, my sisters. when things didn't work out, there's a little bit, we're human beings, right? And there's a tendency there, okay, and a feeling of discouragement and disheartened. But it said, it did not say we're not going to be cast down. He said we shall not be utterly, completely, man, I give it everything I can, and now it's going, boom, I thrown it away. I am not doing it again. No, we don't have the attitude in ministry, my brothers and sisters. Because, you know what? Every time we do something for YAHUAH, Hasatan is always around, trying to cause confusion, trying to discourage us. When the many people, when our ancestors, those who were leaving Persia, right, and going back into Israel, remember they were building the wall. Remember the story? How the king of Persia gave Nehemiah and Ezra and gave him leave to go back and to build the wall. You remember when they were building the wall? The people that were the enemy were there to discourage them. I remember they said as they were building the wall, they were using one hand with the spear or with the sword, right? And one hand working. In other words, they were equipped and ready to defend. And on the other side, there was this man, we call him Sambalat and Tobias. Okay, you remember those names? They sound very discouraging, and those names. They were on the side of discouraging them. Oh, come, let's talk. Okay. They want to stop the work. And then the people said, no, we're doing a great work here, and we can't stop. You know, we cannot stop. We're going to do. And then you remember Tobias and them, oh, and somebody, even if a fox go up on that wall, they're going to tear it down. That is, you talk about discouraging words. You're building a wall, right? And you tell me, said, a fox, a little fox, you know the fox that runs in the desert places? Even if a fox go on that, it don't need, it only a fox can tear it down. Can you imagine? Discouraging. But he said, though he fall. Those people who are building the wall, sometimes they get discouraged because of the enemy. Okay? Though he falls, he shall not be utterly cast down. Discouragement going to come, my brothers and sisters. But we are not going to allow it to take us down. When it didn't work out, have a plan B, a plan C, plan, how you know. If plan A didn't work, probably need to plan a little bit more. Probably need a little bit more prayer, you know, and fasting about it. And trust YAHUAH. He said, because he said, though he falls, he shall not be utterly cast down. Why? For Adonai. Adonai. For YAHUAH upholds him with his hand. The word hand here is the word yad. 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 Like yad. It is yad and dalet. Just two letters. Yad and dalet. And it shows the hand, okay? The hand, yad. And what it's saying here, it is a hand, the YAHUAH's hand. And when we talk about his hand, YAHUAH's hand here, we're talking about, my brothers and sisters, that YAHUAH is able. Okay? It's about the armholes are ox tree because of beside is the border. It comes from a primitive root here, means a hand, open hand, the open one. Your hand. And it's indicating power, my brothers and sisters. Is indicating power, is indicating means, is indicating direction. There's another word, calf, right? And then a letter calf, and is a distinction from calf, because calf is a closed one, right? It's closed, but yard is open. Okay, is open, and my brother and sister, what is saying here? This word is used in such a great variety of application, and both literally and figuratively, and both proximate and also remote. And it's all about being able, right? Being able. That YAHUAH charge us to do it. YAHUAH is in charge of everything. And he charged us to do it. And he gives us the power to do it. And sometimes the word presumptuous, is a service, is a state, and then we stay. How to, staying power. When things didn't work out, we have staying power. This lady, this is why I say you cannot just listen to people as they talk. Listen to them, right? Because sometimes the words that they say, and the action don't really carry through. Like this lady's running for president, and she's going to stay there by all means. I'm going to stay there. And she lost a couple states, right? And she won one or two in the primary. And then what she did? She quit. Because she had no staying power. My brothers and sisters, when we serving YAHUAH, sometimes it's painful. It is painful because it takes a lot of staying power to be in there. Sometimes the terror strikes, my brothers and my sisters. And but we are not on our own. YAHUAH is with us. And is as we're going through him and is throwing his hands out. We must hold on to those hands. And we open our hands to receive the blessings to be able to continue to do the things that he wants us to do. And so we're waiting on him. He's on our side, my brothers and my sisters. And he make the way wide for us so we can do it. And we're doing it with him. Is he and me. Praise his name. I'm not out there by myself. And so we yield to him. We yield ourselves to him, my brothers and sisters. And he works through us. Praise his holy name. My brothers and sisters, I'm going to ask you to be a blessing to someone today and walk with the King. Shalom.